Hello you lovely people and welcome. Now I've just had an alert on my Discord from Delta Simulations announcing that version 3 of the Destroyer 121 C-17 has been released, and this was as of the 22nd of May 2023. They've done a lot of feedback with the bug reporting. They're running a screenshot competition at the moment for the C-17, and also they've included a changelog which at the moment is not complete. There'll be a bigger, as it says here, expect more complete changelog by the end of the week. There has been a lot that's been changed. Work on the checklist and manual has been started, which is excellent, which is what everybody needs if they don't know what they're doing. So as far as the changelog goes, we've got a complete remake of the 3D models. There's a new sound system, new avionics suite, new lighting system, new aural warning system, new fuel electrical system, additional cockpit controls, electronic flight board has been added, and it's also been optimized for AI, traffic and scenery. So they've gone over to GitHub now for server-wide releases, to redirect from flightsim.to. So yeah, the link for the GitHub I'll add in the description. I'll also drop in the link for their Discord, as it's no longer Destroyer 121's C-17, it is now Delta Simulations C-17, as you'll see in a second. So if you click on this, click yep, and it will take you to the GitHub, which is here. Stable release version 3, as it said before. All these extra bits, but there is an extra one which is good for people with lower end PCs, which it's been optimized for that. So you click on the C-17, Delta Simulation C-17 here, and it will download. Then what you do is you unrar it, and you'll get this Delta Simulation C-17, and then you drag that folder into the community folder as is usual. But like I said, they've changed the name. It's no longer Destroyer 121 C-17. It is now labelled as Delta Simulation C-17. So if you have the Destroyer 121, delete that and replace it with this one. So with that being said, let's go and have a look. Okay, so come into the aircraft in the selection screen, come to the liveries. There's no change in the liveries at all. I have downloaded the prototype for the C-17, which I'm going to use for this video. We're flying from Bryce Norton, so let's get going. Okay, so there's been a change of scenery. I'm actually at Macrohannish, or Campbelltown in Scotland, just to make things a little bit easier. It's nice and quiet up here as well, so I won't get other people flying into my videos. I know I could go into an offline mode, but most of the fun in that. Okay, so let's have a look around the cockpit. So we've got our EFB here, and then we'll have a look at that once we get the power up. Looking at 3D models, and everything looking good. It says for low-end PC, optimized for lower-end PCs. I'm still getting a frames per second hit here. Outside, not getting any hits at all, which is pretty good. So the cockpit is pretty busy to be causing that sort of FPS hit. Or it could just be that my PC is just absolute garbage. So yeah, I mean, the external model is still fantastic. Like I said, this is the Lizard scheme, or Europe 1 camo, which the prototype was shown off in. Just a shame they weren't operated in service like this with the C141s and the C5s. I do miss those days. But yeah, looking great. as you'd expect. I mean, the developers have come such a long way since the initial release, it's just unrecognisable now. So hats off to those, both in the livery section and the coding and things like that, because this thing is a beast and very popular. So version 3 should be a hit. Unfortunately, without a more extensive changelog, I really can't go through too much. I can get the new oral warning system to go off. New avionics is what you'd expect. New fuel and electrical systems, well, other than flicking switches, there's not much I can show of that. And new sound system, which we'll look at. I'm not sure if it's talking about engine sounds, inside sound, what, but we'll have a look anyway. So let's jump back in the cockpit, and we'll get the power on, battery, which is located here, and we want some APU action, so we will switch on the APU. We'll let that spool up. As you can see, we've got our electronic flight board there, so we're currently in home position. We click aircraft, we can change our cargo bay positions there. Guessing it's full, midway or empty. I'll have a look in a minute. If I slide that all the way back, we did have some pallets in the back there. I'll slide that all the way forward and we'll see what happens. Crew door currently open, so if we click that, that will close the crew door. AR slipway will open the air refueling hatch at the top. Next is checklist. As was mentioned earlier, there's nothing written, or well, there is things that are written, just not released yet. It's not at its fullest as we speak. Map. Now, I thought this was going to be in-game map, but no, it's Bing Maps. Doesn't tell you where you are. I mean, I can click on that. Doesn't go to where I am. But yeah, you can zoom in, zoom out. There you go. Apparently, I am situated somewhere west of Chicago, which is absolute rubbish because I'm not. I'm in the UK. Next we have browser, so if you're on a long haul flight you can actually browse Microsoft Bing. And then the last section is settings. You take the brightness down, which will make maps that little bit more viewable. So there you go, you can move it around and whatever. And then you can also change to topper map or street map, if that's what you prefer. Things like that. So we'll power that off. Okay, so it's not like the electronic flight boards we're used to with the payware aircraft, but it is something a little bit extra. Let's zero out the altimeter. Too far. There we go. Right, now let's jump outside, look at the cargo bay. Right, and it doesn't seem to have actually changed anything in the cargo hold. We've still got our containers there, but we'll jump back in and we'll get the thing started. So we'll close the cargo doors and zoom out slightly. Okay, so APU is on. We want fuel pumps. Switch on the ignition and start. What have I not done? It takes a little while to get the engine revved up. And there we go. RPMs are building. Excellent. Next engine, repeat. Open up the HUD. That's pretty cool. Taxi lights on. Fuel pumps, engine 3, ignition on, starter on. It does seem a little bit noisy in here, like there's a door open or someone's left a window open. So, not sure why that is. Get the fuel pumps, ignition, starter. So we're just waiting on engine 4. Two notches of flap down. Good. EGT's climbing. Okay, so we no longer need the APU. Switch that off. Okay, and we're all good to go. Apparently. So let's jump outside, have a listen to the sounds. Pretty good. Jump back in. Okay, release the parking brake. Take us up for a quick flight. See if we can get the aural warning system going off, and then we can bring it into land and call it a day. On. Let's get this beast in the air. just gain some altitude, and I'm going to stall the aircraft and see if we can get some of the warnings to go off. About 5,000 feet. Okay, we can level off now. Okay, flaps are up. I'm just going to slowly bleed the speed off. Down, speed up.
Think rate, 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 over rate, think rate, think rate, think rate, think rate, over rate, over speed, over speed.
Don't know about a warning system. She sounds more like she's trying to sing.
Over speed.
Okay, so the warning system is pretty good. Definitely different to what we're used to anyway. Yes, I still have the landing lights. That's because I'm coming in for a landing. Back to Macrahanish and get this thing back on the ground. Handles absolutely superbly. Glass cockpit's actually really nice. I'm not usually a fan, but looks really good. I mean, I can't remember how long this has been going for now, this aircraft. About year, maybe two, and since the initial release of it, it's just like I say, it's unrecognisable. They've just come such a long way, leaps and bounds.
Over speed, terrain, over speed.
Terrain, fly up. Okay, that's where I'm coming back to. Alright, gear down. Start getting the flaps down.
500, 500, 400, 400, 400, 300, 200, 100, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 10.
Wow, what a mod, honestly. If you haven't got this Delta Simulations C-17 yet, there's no excuse really. You really do need to go and try it. Like I say, I'll leave a link in the description for the download and for the Discord if you want to go and have a look and see what's going on. There's not just the C-17, there's UH-60 also in development, which is always worth a bit of a look at. But other than that, I mean, like I say, this latest update is fantastic. Absolutely brilliant. So with that, I will end it here. If you got this far, thank you very much for watching, and as always, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.